Vice President of India, Article 63 tells there shall be a Vice President of India. The Vice President and his power are given in Article 63 to Article 71. The post of Vice President we are adopted from American Constitution. What are the need of Vice President? Vice President work as a ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. So, for the proper working of Rajya Sabha, we need a Vice President, as well as when the office of our President falls vacant, the Vice President work as a President. That time, when our Vice President work as a President, he gain all the benefits of President, not of the Vice President. Now, function of Vice President. Vice President is a ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is the upper house of Parliament. Second, Vice President work as a President when the office of President fall vacant due to illness, death, removal or resignation or otherwise. The Vice President work as a President until the President rejoin the office. If the office of President fall vacant permanently, then the Vice President work as a President until the new elected President join the office. Third, he entitled for the salary and allowance as a chairman of Council of the State. Council of State is the Rajya Sabha. Our Vice President never got a salary of the Vice President, but he gets salary on the name of the Chairman of Council of State. If we talk about the qualification of Vice President, first qualification, he must be the citizen of India. Second, he must gain the age of 35. He must not hold the office of profit, belongs to any state or a union or any authority. And he must qualify as a member of Rajya Sabha. For an election of Vice President, a person want to contest the election of Vice President, he need minimum 20 members of Parliament as the electors and 20 as the seconders. Now, election of the Vice President. Election of Vice President is held by the procedure given our Constitution. The member of both houses of the Parliament means houses of the Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha will elect our vice president. In election of vice president, the nominated member of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha as well as the elected member of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha take part. No state legislative assembly member take part in election of vice president. Now, the term of office of vice president. The term of office of vice president is 5 years. But he can resign if he want to resign. He send his written letter of resignation to President of India. Or he can be removed. He can be removed only by the Rajya Sabha, supported by the Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha must give the 14 days prior notice to Vice President. If Rajya Sabha want to pass a resolution for the removal of Vice President. The resolution of Rajya Sabha passed with the absolute majority. Absolute majority is that majority which is 50% of the total members of the Rajya Sabha plus 1. For example, if there is a 250 members in Rajya Sabha, to pass a resolution we need a 250 divided by 2 plus 1. This is 125 plus 1 equal to 126. This is the absolute majority. Now, with the articles from 63 to 71. Article 63, Vice President of India. There shall be a Vice President of India. Article 64, Vice President work as a ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. What is the meaning of ex officio? Ex officio because the designation is the Vice President, but he worked as a chairman. These two posts shows the ex officio. Article 65, the Vice President to discharge the duties of President during the absence or the casual vacancy. Article 66, election of Vice President. If the vacancy of Vice President, then election should be held as soon as possible. Article 67, term of office of Vice President, that is 5 years. Article 68, time holding election to fill the vacancy in office of Vice President and term of office of person elected to fill the casual vacancy. Time as soon as possible. Election should be held. Article 69, oath and affirmation by the Vice President. Oath and affirmation work was is administered by our president to vice president or any person who is appointed on the behalf of president to administer the oath to our vice president. Article 70. Discharge of president's function in other contingency. Article 70 gives the power to our vice president to work as a president in other situations. Article 71 matters related to election of president or a vice president. If there is any issue related to election, the Supreme Court can decide about this issue, and the decision of Supreme Court must be followed. Now, if we compare our vice president with the vice president of America, the vice president of America have more power than our vice president. If the vacancy of president of America occurs, then vice president of America will work as a president for the remaining period of president. But if our president work as our vice president work as a president, in case of vacancy, he can only work as a president for maximum 6 months. With this, we have completed our topic of vice president. We will meet in next video with new topic. Thank you.